Hi everyone, today I'm gonna share with you 4 ideas that you can sew from your fabric scrap.
The fabric I pick into different fabric, the solid one and then the print, and the size is 10 inches. But you don't want to go to the side, and you can just get the lid, the pot lid here, and then you go on to trace this around the circle. So when I trace this, I want to get this rim. I don't want to trace from the inside here, so I'm gonna place the marker up this way, and then I go around this. So if you want to do the circle, you sew in this way, it's much better. And when you pick a big area right here, you leave it open. So now you go on to follow the whole thing here and then sew around the circle. When I sew around the circle, I only pin right in the center like this. And then I sew this all around.
When you sew the circle from the square like this, much easier than you cut the circle and you sew around. So everyone, thank you so much for all your prayers that you sent for my dad. He is now home. We took him home because we don't want to send him to the rehab. And a lot of people here told me that it's not the best choice if my dad go to rehab. So I do read the comment, and so did my sister. She watched my video and she read the comment too. And we all agreed to bring my dad home so he will have a better care. Especially my sister and my brother-in-law that constantly watching him because they live with him 7/24. I'm going to trim around. You see how easy that is when you sew the circle from the square fabric? At the area, you can see that I left it open bigger so I can inside out. And don't trim on that area that you leave the space. Fold it before you inside out.
Sure you iron all around the circle. After that, you inside out. You're going to fold it in half so you can mark the center. Every time you fold, you iron, then everything will be matched. See this line? Going to go up. So then you have this half. Okay. Now you go on to sew this. When I do this for sale, to sell to someone, I usually do a set of 4 or 6. And then when I bring it down here, you're gonna make sure it's even like that. Go all the way. And I scoop this little center here and bring this up. And then I go into this side. Bring this in. I do this for order, and I decide to share with you because sometimes when you use different fabric, it make a difference too. So this will give you an idea to brighten up the colors a bit. So right here, going into the center, and make sure it's nice and straight out. And then this side, bring this in.
So I don't know if you can see it happen in your area too, but I live in Boston, and in a couple days ago, the sky looks so pink and smoky, and it's like nighttime. And I took a picture of the sun too. Looked very scary, and I heard that fires from Canada. So I'm like, oh my goodness, that must be really, really big fire. I was scared. My husband asked me, I'm like, you want to go somewhere? I'm like, no, what if we stuck in somewhere? I don't want to be stuck. I'd rather die at home. So scary, everyone.
From here, you're going to flap this out this way and make sure this corner is even to this corner here. Perfect. Iron this down. And do this side. Same way. Flap it to the center. When you do that, you're going to make sure the side of this even, and so the other side. So pretty. Now you're going to sew this. Going to sew wherever you want to start. You can start from the center here, go all the way here, sewing this down, sew to here, go here and sew around here, and then come here, go into the next one, around, and I will show you.
When my dad was in the hospital, I took my son's dad to see him, and they only let two people come at the time, so I let them come in. Well, my sister went in with my Ethan, and then Ethan came out, and Brendan came in. Brandon cried unbelievable, and I say, why you cry? And he said, Grandpa, um, I asked my sister asked my dad, like, you remember who this is? And he said, yeah, that's Brandon. How do I forget my Brandon? And for that, it really touched him, and he cried so much. And he said, Grandpa say, how do I forget Brandon? Just because when they was little, my dad drove my mom here to help me with the twins, so they remember every single thing that my dad and my mom did to them. So Brandon, both of my kids are very emotional with them.
So that is that finished. So beautiful in the back. And then you put the cup in here, the mug. You sell 4 of these for $20. Super easy. Let me tell you the size before I forget. 4 3/4 of an inch. So almost 5 inches. So pretty. Next one, same thing, 10 inches square, and I have two right side facing together. Now, because the first one I already showed you how to sew the circle, and then after that, iron and inside out and iron. This time, you're gonna do same thing. So trace the circle and then leave the space, and after that, do exact the same at the first one. So we're gonna show around the same way I show you the first one, so all around. After that, trim extra right here and then trim close to here, inside out iron, and I'll show you next. Nighttime, everyone, but I hope you can see it. I'm gonna fold it in half, iron this so you can see the line. I have so many ideas that what you can do with the circle to the square and square to something else. or square to circle, and from circle to something to something. Now you have 4 lines that equal. To fold this, to make sure it's nice and equal, you go on to fold like this. Put the scissor this way, and then you bring this in. That's the best way to make everything nice and even. And you iron this.
Just so you know that all my projects today, 4 of them, that it start from the square, and it's 10 inches square. To sew the circle, trace from the potlick in the same exact sewing and cutting. So that's why I show you from the first one, the second one, how to sew the circle, but then the rest, you just follow the same process from sewing the circle, straighten the circle, sew inside out, and iron. I skip that part because it's just the same thing, so I don't repeat the same thing just to waste your time and my time. Just so you know, so you don't confuse why I skip and here and there.
You see how everything is so nice and even? I'm going to flip into this side. I have the center right there. Let me mark the center so you can see. I'm sorry at nighttime, everyone. During the day I was so busy with my dad. So I'm gonna bring this pointy to here, and I'm going to iron this down. And then I'm going to bring this side over and do the same thing. Go right to the center.
Some parts of the video you can hear sound from the background. Just so you know that the sound of the refrigerator, sometimes it's making that sound. And I'm upstairs doing this, and so I can keep eyes on my cooking for the boy too. Just so you know. And when that happens, just don't bother. Just pay attention to what I'm making. Just ignore the sound. I know it's annoying for some, but nothing I can do.
This is the new way you do. You don't fold to the 4 corners. I go from this pointy here, and I scoop the center right here where I marked earlier. Just scoop a little bit like that, and then I go to here. And here, and then this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna slide the needle here, and then I make sure these all 4 staying together. Look in the back. Look at this. So pretty, and look at the back. So the third one I have it in here that I have the same color, the purple polka dot, and I fold it in right side facing, and you going to do same thing. So project today is where to circle, and then from the circle to create something very useful. So trace the whole thing and it's sacked the same way. So sew the same exact way. And I'm going to iron this. Remember, you sew the circle, the best way to do is do on the square. And then from this line, fold it in half. So that way it's even. Now you can see we have the 4 right here, 2, 3, and 4. And I cut it in here 6 and 3/4 of an inch. And you first you're gonna find the 4 corners, place this in here. It fit right in the middle. I cut it in here, and I also iron the heavy way in the face and in the back here. And I'm going to fold it in so I can iron this. We're going to sew this line right here, go all around here, go to here, and go into here, go into here. The opening space is right here. You don't need to worry because we're going to sew it. So on Monday, everyone, when me and my husband and the 2 kids went to Hobby Lobby, and when I got there, I walked around, checking things around. I got a lot of pinwheels for the garden. And it's so depressed when I got there. They have the fall decoration is out, and I told the woman who worked there, I'm like, that is so depressing to look at. And then she's pointing on the top and she's like, how about that? I look over and I saw all the Christmas decoration. I went, oh my God, it must be hard for you because you're gonna see that every time you coming in. She's like, oh, tell me about it. It's sick of it. And the third one is finished, everyone. Finished size is 7 inches square. I use the place, or I can put the bowl on too, just for the soup. And it's perfect. It's so nice. So you can just put the bowl. So pretty, everyone. And let me show you the last one. Fourth one here that I have the pink and the flamingo. Same way, 10 inches. You going to not iron. You going to trace exact the same way, and then you sew the same. Then I show you with the other 3. This is the last one. I share with you because this is my hot sale items. At the big area, leave 2 inches open. So follow and sew. This is your 4th one. I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to fold this again. Make sure this line and touching this line, so that way everything is even. Press, follow the line and cut this out. Now you have 4. So everyone, after I cut off 4 pieces like that, you're going to go on the fold line here. You're gonna top stitch all 4 pieces on the curve. So everyone, after I top stitch all 4 pieces, I'm going to put it in here that I cut 8 inches of the fabric. This is for the background. So I'm gonna place the 4 piece around these 4 corners. To place this, place the side that you sew facing in and the raw edge going on the side like this, and make sure they all side like this. This is very simple, and I like it because it's so pretty at the end. And then next one we alternate the color. So I'm using this pink side, place it in here. When I place it in, you're going to make sure that side meet the side and everything. That's very important. And then the next one will be the flamingo. I'm gonna pin every time I place in there so I don't have to come back and do this. The reason why I pin this a lot because I want to make sure everything stay in place. And now the next one will be the pink. Place it like this, side to side. And then lift this up, bring the first one up, put it down with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. This is simple, so you do that and come back. I'll show you the next step. After I sew around, I'm gonna go and trim the corner so it won't be too thick here. You don't need to trim around. You don't want to. Fine. You're gonna go to each corner and you're going to inside out this whole thing. And you go onto the right side, and I'm going to take the corner out like this. Wonder why I don't have 3 different ideas and I have 4 because I have 4 set of order. So I try to share with you each one of them. Sometimes I do, and I know there's a lot of people like it and ask me to buy, and that's why I think that you may be able to sell too. But this is for when I make the oven mitten. So I have cut in here 7.5 inches square. I'm going inside here, put it right on each corner. And here I have cut the fabric. This fabric here I cut same size, 7.5 inches, and I'm going to put it inside. But I'm gonna go and clip on the joist here. Now you go on to sew this four side and you're done with this, everyone.
So as so many people ask me to update information about my dad, his health get improved, and since he get home everything back to normal like he was before. He's been eating well. My sister cook for him twice a day, and so the new thing is now that we don't leave the food out, and a lot of dessert we don't leave it out for him to constantly eat. That's what happened to him if he constantly eat and his blood sugar high, and that's what happened to him. So basically, he is doing much better, and we were so happy that we didn't send him to the rehab. Because there's no need for that. I did talk to my sister-in-law that the other day when I came in from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, my dad did not wake up because the night before they told me that my dad tried to get down from the bed and go to the bathroom or go somewhere. I don't know. But so he did that a lot. So they injected sleep medicine, and I think that overdose or something is too much for him. That's why he's been sleeping. Even the nurse came and withdrew the blood. He was sleeping. I was there, and I told the nurse that I'm very concerned about my dad. It's never like this before. And so they sent the doctor in and explained to me. I was so upset. I mean, that's what you deal with the whole floor. It's all elderly. But there's no need to give him a high dose of sleep medicine like that. So, and after that, I did talk to my sister-in-law, and he said, what happened if dad go to the rehab center? They keep giving him that, and by the time we take him home, he's going to go out of his mind because all the sleep medicine going to make him so confused, even to us. So that is basically about my dad. He's home and he's in a good hand. My sister and my brother-in-law.
That's it. I finished this one. This is the last of the four. And this person that asked me to make four of this, and it's for the hot place, so like that. And I just decided to share with you. So whatever you use this for, you can use this for the pot holder if you want to add the thing in here, the loop. So it's 7 1/4 square. So cute. Look in the back. I didn't cut the strap. So this is the four that I make today, everyone, for request the order, and you decide whatever you want to do. And the basic thing you do today is that you sew the circle from the square much better than cutting the circle and sew around. So that basically it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I just want to say thank you for all of you that support my channel and my second channel. Love you. Take care. Stay safe, everyone.